Welcome to another episode of Sci-Connect. I am Teacher Nikki, your science teacher for today. Are you now ready to learn? Let's start! Our topic for today's video lesson is all about the qualitative characteristics of images. The most essential learning competency that we are going to discuss is predict the qualitative characteristics such as the orientation, type, and magnification of images formed by plane and curved mirrors and lenses. To assess your prior knowledge for today's video lesson, let's have a pre-test. Here's what you're going to do. Read the questions carefully. Choose the letter that you think best answers the question. Write your answer in your activity notebook. 1. Regular reflection is the blank reflection of light on a blank surface. A. Even, smooth. B. Uneven, rough. C. Semi-smooth, rough. D. Even or uneven, rough. 2. The image you see on a plane mirror is placed in blank direction of real image. A. 5. B. The same. C. The opposite. D. Multiple directions. 3. A plane mirror has a blank reflecting surface. A. Angled. B. Concave. C. Convex. D. Flat. 4. Diffuse reflection is a blank reflection of light rays on a blank surface. A. Even, smooth. B. Uneven, rough. C. Semi-smooth, rough. D. Even or uneven, rough. 5. Scattering of light occurs when light waves traveling in blank directions are made to travel in blank directions. A. 1, 10. B. 1, many. C. Many, 1. D. Several, 1. 6. With regular or diffuse reflection, the blank of the object will deter the sharpness of reflection. A. Angle. B. Color. C. Surface. D. A and B. 7. As per the law of reflection measured through the normal line, the angle of incidence is blank to the angle of reflection. A. Equal. B. Less than. C. Greater than. D. Both A and C. A. A concave mirror may form an image which is blank. Which one of the following is incorrect? A. Real, erect, and magnified. B. Real, inverted, and magnified. C. Real, inverted, and same size. D. Real, inverted, and diminished. 9. The image in a convex mirror is always blank. A. Real, erect, and magnified. B. Real, erect, and diminished. C. Virtual, erect, and diminished. D. Virtual, inverted, and diminished. 10. The image formed in a plane mirror is blank. A. At the same distance in front of the mirror as object is in front of the mirror. B. At a shorter distance behind the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. C. at the same distance behind the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. D. At a shorter distance behind the mirror than the distance of the object in front of the mirror. 11. A typical mirror you look in at home or in a restroom is a blank mirror. A. Concave. B. Convex. C. Parabolic. D. Plane. 12. What type of lens produces smaller and upright images? A. Convex lens. B. Concave lens. C. Converging lens. D. Cannot be determined. 13. What type of lens is thicker at the center as compared to its edges? A. Concave. B. Convex. C. Parabolic. D. Plane. 14. The size of the image is always smaller than the object in blank. A. Convex mirror. B. Plane mirror. C. Silver mirror. D. Concave mirror. 15. What type of lens is used to correct nearsightedness? A. Concave. B. Convex. C. Parabolic. D. Plane. How did you find the test? Did you find it a bit harder? Worry no more, for you will learn a lot of things as you go along in this video lesson. Now, are you ready for today's activity? Alright, let's do this! Fill in the blanks in the sentences found in the next slide. Below each paragraph are words corresponding on the properties and behavior of light that you will encounter in this video lesson. Write your answer on a clean sheet of paper or in your activity notebook. Light is a natural agent that stimulates sight and makes things possible. It is a type of energy known as blank. It is given out by luminous objects such as the sun, light bulbs, and laser. It is made up of little packets of energy called blank. But unlike sound waves, it does not need any material to carry its energy along. This means that light can travel through a blank, a completely airless space. Light waves travel out from their source in straight lines called blank. Light behaves in a variety of ways when it comes in contact with water, air, and other matters. When light strikes matter, a part of light is blank into the matter and is transformed into heat energy. If the matter that the light strikes is a transparent material, the light component that was not absorbed within the material is blank through and exits to the outer side of the material. If the surface of the material is smooth, blank occurs, but if the surface is irregular, having peak and protrusions, the light blanks. Hope you got it all right. Let's now explore. We are now going to perform an activity entitled Light as Rays. In this activity, we need the following materials: plane mirror, laser pointers, and protractor. Here's what you're going to do. Place your mirror carefully on the line labeled mirror. Next, point your laser along incident ray line. Another is you have to mark the reflected ray line that represent where the light ray goes after hitting the mirror. Then, you are going to measure the angles between the normal line and incident ray. Remember that the normal line is an imaginary line that is perpendicular to the surface. Record this in the table. Then measure the angle between the reflected ray and the normal line. Put this result in the table too. Repeat the procedure with all the other incident ray lines. The diagram shows the different incident ray lines that you are going to measure along with the reflected ray lines. Guide questions. 1. Using protractor, complete the table by writing in the measurement of angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Do this in your activity notebook or on a separate sheet of paper. 2. Fill in the box to complete the sentences below. Choose the letter that you think best completes the statement. Do this in your activity notebook or in a separate sheet of paper. 1. Light is a form of energy which travels at the speed of blank. A. 3 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second. B. 8 times 10 raised to 6 meter per second. 2. Reflection occurs when light blank. A. Bounces. B. Transmitted. 3. A mirror with a flat reflective surface is called blank. A. Concave mirror. B. Plane mirror. 4. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of blank, and the incident ray, the blank, and the reflected ray are all in the same plane. A. Normal, incident. B. Reflection, normal. 5. An image formed by the actual intersection of light rays is called blank. A. Real. B. Virtual. 6. An image formed by the apparent intersection of rays is called blank. A. Real. B. Virtual. Good job! You're done with activity Light as Rays. Now, I want you to listen, focus your attention, and keep this in your mind. The law of reflection states that the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal line to the reflecting surface all lie in the same plane, and the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. The diagram shows the normal line, the incident ray, the reflected ray, the angle of incidence, and the angle of reflection. When we say normal line, it is a line that is perpendicular to the surface. When we say incident ray, it is the ray of light coming from the light source towards a surface. In terms of the reflected ray, it is the ray of light which leaves the mirror. The angle of incidence refers to the angle between the incident ray and the normal line. On the other hand, the angle of reflection refers to the angle between the incident ray and the normal line. Reflection in plane mirror happens when light hits an object and every part of that object reflects light in all directions. Some of the reflected light reaches our eyes. The characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror are the following. First, the image is virtual. Second is that the image is same size as that of the object. Third is that the image has the same orientation as the object. And the fourth one is that the image has the same distance from the mirror as the object. There are two types of reflection. First is the specular reflection or the regular reflection. It is the type of reflection where light is reflected from a smooth surface at a definite angle. It causes image formation. The second type of reflection is the diffused or the irregular reflection. It is a type of reflection where light is reflected from a rough surface at different directions. The diagrams show the reflection of light in smooth and rough surface. The black arrows represent the incident rays and the blue arrows represent the reflected rays. In smooth surface, the incident rays are reflected in one direction. However, in rough surface, the incident rays are reflected in different directions. The plane mirror exhibits specular or regular reflection. The image formed is always upright and same size as the object. The image is formed behind the mirror, thus it is virtual. A plane mirror produces an image that has an apparent left-right reversal. When you raise your left hand, the image produced seems to raise his right hand. This is often termed as left-right reversal. Example of mirror left-right reversal is the word ambulance in an ambulance car. It is written in reversed manner so that the reflected word will be read correctly on the side mirror of the vehicle in front of the ambulance car. Let's now proceed on the reflection on spherical mirrors. There are two kinds of spherical mirrors. First is the concave mirror, also known as the converging mirror. It reflects light inward to one focal point and it is used to focus light. It is called converging mirror because the reflected light rays converge or meet at the focus. Another type of spherical mirror is the convex, also known as the diverging mirror. It reflects light outwards, thus it is not used to focus light. It is called diverging mirror because the reflected light rays seems to spread out or diverge. Let's now discuss the image formed in a concave mirror in terms of location, orientation, size, and type. When the object is placed beyond the center of curvature, the image can be found between the center of curvature and the focal point. It is inverted, reduced, and wheeled. When the object is placed at the center of curvature, the image formed will also be located at the center of curvature. It is inverted, same size as that of the object, and wheeled. However, when the object is placed at the focus, no image will be formed. Let's now move on to the image formed in a convex mirror in terms of location, orientation, size, and type. Always remember, learners, that when you place an object anywhere in front of a convex mirror, the image formed will always be behind the mirror, always upright, always reduced, and always virtual. We're done discussing on concave and convex mirrors. Let's now proceed with convex and concave lens. Let's now differentiate convex and concave lens through the following basis for comparison. Let's start with the meaning. Convex lens refers to the lens which merges the light rays at a particular point that travels through it. On the other hand, concave lens can be identified as the lens which disperses the light rays around that hits the lenses. In terms of the figure and curve, convex lens curves outward while concave lens curves inward. In terms of the behavior of light rays, in convex lens, the refracted rays converge at the focal point, thus it is also termed as converging lens. On the other hand, in concave lens, the refracted rays diverge or spread out, thus it is also termed as diverging lens. Convex lens is thicker at the center as compared to its edges, while concave lens is thinner at the center as compared to its edges. The focal length of convex lens is denoted as positive, while the focal length of concave lens is denoted as negative. Convex lens produce real and inverted image. It also produces virtual, erect, and enlarged image in a magnifying glass. On the other hand, concave lens always produce virtual, erect, and diminished image. In convex lens, the objects appear closer and larger, while in concave lens, the objects appear smaller and farther. Convex lens is used to correct hyperopia, while concave lens is used to correct myopia. Alright, we're done with the discussion on mirrors and lenses. Let's now apply what you have learned. Below are the qualitative characteristics of images. Determine whether it is real or virtual type of images. 1. Blank is upright. 2. Blank is inverted. 3. Blank is behind the mirror. 4. Blank is formed by convex mirror. 5. Blank can be projected onto a screen. 6. Blank is inverted with respect to the object. 7. Blank is on the same side of the mirror as object. 8. Blank rays of light do not actually pass through the image. 9. Blank can be larger, smaller, or the same size as the object. 10. Blank rays of light actually converge and pass through the image. Write your answers on your activity notebook. B. Identify whether the following is plane, concave, or a convex mirror. 1. Blank forms images that are either behind the mirror or on the same side as the object. 2. Blank forms images that are always the same distance from the mirror as the object. 3. Blank forms images that are either smaller, same size, larger than the object. 4. Blank forms images that are the same size as the object only. 5. Blank forms images that have left to right reversal. 6. Blank forms images that are either real or virtual. 7. Blank forms images that are upright or inverted. 8. Blank forms images that are behind the mirror. 9. Blank forms images that are always reduced. 10. Blank forms images that are always upright. 11. Blank forms images that are only virtual. 12. Blank forms real or virtual images. 13. Blank forms only virtual images. 14. Blank is flat, smooth mirror. 15. Blank is a curved mirror. C. Identify whether the following is concave or a convex lens. 1. In the blank, the curve faces inward. 2. In the blank, the curve faces outward. 3. Blank is a diverging lens that spreads out the light. 4. Blank is thicker at the center as compared to its edges. 5. Blank is thinner at the center as compared to its edges. 6. Blank is used for correction of nearsightedness or myopia. 7. Blank is used for correction of farsightedness or hyperopia. 8. Blank is a converging lens which converges the refracted rays. 9. Blank is called negative lens because of its negative focal length nature. 10. Blank is called positive lens because of its positive focal length nature. Good job! For the last time, give your final insights by completing the following sentence prompts. I have learned that I wish to ask my teacher about. Write your answers on your activity notebook. Now let's strengthen your knowledge by accomplishing the reinforcement. Think whether the given objects below act as a concave or convex mirror. 1. Vehicle of side view mirror. 2. Water glass surface. 3. Headlight of motorcycle. 4. Tube lights. 5. Inner surface of glasses. 6. Lunch plates. 7. Calling bell. 8. Surface of pens. 9. Globe. 10. Surface of steel flask. Write your answers on your activity notebook. And we're down for the last one. Let's now answer the post test. Read the questions carefully. Choose the letter that you think best answers the question. Write your answer in your activity notebook. 1. The reflection by the rough surfaces that tend to reflect light in all directions is called blank. A. Glossy reflection. B. Regular reflection. C. Diffuse reflection. D. Specular reflection. 2. The image you see in a plane mirror is called a blank image because it is not a real physical object. A. Imaginary. B. Physical. C. Reflected. D. Virtual. 3. The image seen in a plane mirror is blank. A. Real and inverted. B. Real and upright. C. Virtual and inverted. D. Virtual and upright. 4. Diffuse reflection is produced by blank surfaces that tend to reflect light in all directions. A. Rough. B. Semi-rough. C. Semi-smooth. D. Smooth. 5. Which of the following is a diverging lens? A. Concave lens. B. Convex lens. C. Parabolic lens. D. Plane lens. 6. The center of curvature is denoted by letter blank. A. Small letter C. B. Big letter C. C. Small letter O. D. Big letter O. 7. If the angle of incidence between the incident ray and the normal line is 25 degrees, what is the angle of reflection? A. 25 degrees. B. 35 degrees. C. 45 degrees. D. 65 degrees. 8. The image formed by a concave mirror will blank. A. Always be real. B. Always be virtual. C. Be either real or virtual. D. Will always be magnified. The image formed by a convex mirror will blank. A. Always be real. B. Always be virtual. C. Be either real or virtual. D. Will always be magnified. 10. The focal length is 1/2 the distance from the vertex to the blank. A. Center of curvature. B. Principal axis. C. Radius of curvature. D. None of the above. 11. The focal length is denoted by the letter blank. A. Small letter f. B. Big letter F. C. Big letter P. D. Small letter P. 12. A spherical mirror with a reflecting surface curved inwards is called blank. A. Concave mirror. B. Convex mirror. C. Curved mirror. D. None of the above. 13. The distance from the focal point to the vertex is called blank. A. Center of curvature. B. Focal length. C. Focal point. D. Vertex. 14. Which lens is used to magnify objects and refract light? This type of lens is curved outward. A. Concave lens. B. Convex lens. C. Parabolic lens. D. Plane lens. 15. Which describes a concave lens? A. More transparent in the middle. B. Thinner in the middle than on the edges. C. Thinner on the edges than in the middle. D. Triangular in shape.
Congratulations, learners, for finishing the video lesson. I hope you enjoyed learning with me today. Remember, learning is